Hello, everybody, and welcome to Sunday Stamping with Susan and Julie. My name is Susan LaCroix. This is my phenomenal daughter, Julie. We're a mother and daughter. We've been demonstrators for 20 years, and maybe about a year and a half ago, we decided we should be doing this over Zoom so we could stamp together since we live a couple states apart, and then share it all with you. So we're excited to have you join us. If this is your first time watching, thank you for tuning in, and be sure to subscribe to one of our channels so you don't miss an episode of Sunday Stamping. Because
I was gonna say this is not normal. We're together.
I know, we're together.
Mom is visiting, and we had a chance to film together in person. And I'm really excited. Like, not to tease, but we filmed a really special episode yesterday that we're really excited to share. It's sort of a celebratory episode. So be sure to tune in. We'll be sharing that in a couple of weeks. The day we filmed it was Mom's 20th Stampin' Up! Anniversary. So happy anniversary.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh. It was, I'm so happy that you were here for your official 20th Stampin' Up! Anniversary. I signed up in June and Mom signed up in October 20 years ago. And we never ever thought we would still be doing this 20 years later.
Didn't. I mean, I never thought that I would start earning incentive trips. I never thought I would hit the 500,000. And that is not a typical experience for being a demonstrator. If I'm going to be perfectly honest with you, it took us 20 years to hit where we're at, and a lot of hard work.
Hard work.
Right. And it's not for everybody. You know, I think most of my team are hobby demonstrators. They do it for the discount and the fun of getting together and stamping. So, and there's a heck of a lot of benefit in just that alone. So,
anyway. I have to say, like, now that we're talking about being demonstrators, there is literally just like 48 hours, less than 48 hours left of the Starter Kit Plus promotion. So if you've been thinking about being a demonstrator, just because you love stamping and want to get a discount, or for whatever reason, there is an amazing special going on right now that ends October 31st, 2022. When you sign up to be a demonstrator, you can build your own starter kit for $99. You get $125 plus an extra $30 in your starter kit when you join before October 31st.
Yes. And with an upcoming new mini catalog, this is a good time actually to join because you have the 3 full months to meet your quarterly minimum. So what better time to do it when there's a new catalog? So
actually, to clarify that, we are just started a quarter, the October, November, December quarter.
This is true.
And because when you first join as a demonstrator, you get your first full 3 months.
Yes.
That means when you join right now in October during this promotion, you have until March 31st, 2023 to meet your first quarterly minimum. So you have 5 months to do that. So there's some extra time built in. And like Mom said, a new mini catalog. Demonstrators will be able to see the new mini catalog in just a couple weeks and pre-order from the January through June 2023 mini catalog and celebration starting December 1st. So it's just December 1st.
December 1st,
yes, for the pre-order. The catalog starts January 1st, yes. Anyway, it is a really great time to join as a demonstrator. Lots of fun new things coming out and lots of great perks, like getting a discount and going to On Stage, which is coming up in a couple weeks.
Yes.
So be sure, if you have any questions or comments, or I guess questions, leave a comment. Is what I meant to say. Leave a comment on our video. Reach out to one of us if you have questions or are interested in joining to become a demonstrator.
Yes.
Well, that wasn't really the intention of today's video. We have some fun projects to share with you. So let's flip the camera around and show you the fun things we're going to be using today.
Sounds like a plan.
I'm so excited about the product that we're going to use today. We are using the Fitting Florets Suite collection. This is brand new product that's available right now through, well, technically in a couple days. I think it starts on
November 1st,
which is Tuesday. So in just a couple days. And this is exciting new early release product from Stampin' Up! Let me just show you the actual product before I do that. Here is the suite collection number. If you want everything on the table, you can get that with one item number. And here's what is included with that. The framed florets bundle, which is a photopolymer stamp set, all occasion with beautiful flower artwork. And then these really awesome dies that have ovals.
Yay!
and decorative ovals. I'm going to show you those ovals a little close up in just a minute, but we also have some detail dies and some dies that are going to die cut images from this stamp set. In addition, we have the framed and festive stamp set, which is a Christmas greeting stamp set. I really love the font here.
Oh, I do too.
The combination of like the block font and the script, just really gorgeous. And it is the same font that's in both stamp sets. We have some gorgeous 12 by 12 designer paper. I've cut it down here to 6 by 6 just to show you. I'm loving the colors in here. Balmy blue, night of navy, polished pink, blushing bride, evening evergreen, soft succulent. And so some of the patterns specifically were made for Christmas crafting. And so that's why we have that wonderful stamp set that goes along with it. Did I show the other side of that? So I really love the colors. I think they're so fresh and perfect for winter crafting. And then the pinks for spring are just lovely. And then to finish it off, these gold adhesive backed swirls. And I really was worried that they were going to be bulky, but they're very thin. Really easy to use. So some of these products are limited edition. That means that they're only available for a limited time, and they could sell it at any time during the promotion period, which is over the next 2 months. The Fitting Florets collection is available until January 4th. The designer paper is limited edition. The framed and festive stamp set is limited edition. And the gold adhesive back swirls are also limited edition. That means these could sell it at any point. It also means that after January 4th, they will not be available anymore. However, the framed florets bundle, the stamp set and the amazing dies are going to be in the January through June 2023 mini catalog. So that's really exciting. If you're a demonstrator, especially, sometimes it's hard to justify investing in things that are only available for a short term, but the framed florets bundle will be available at least until the end of June 2023. So that's really amazing. Okay, now let me show you these dynamic dies. Because they have kind of different layers to it. So we've got 3 different ovals. The first one is this heart frame. And so this one die cuts only the outside of the oval, only the frame. The other 2 die cut both the frame and the inside piece. So here I did this one in Balmy blue, and so you could see how those 2 pieces. And then this one over here also die cuts in 2 pieces. You have the frame and you have the inside oval. And so what's really great about these ovals is that you can mix and match them. You can take the inside one over here and it fits perfectly in there. You can take the solid ovals and layer them together for a frame. You can layer the frame on the outside of the larger one and it fits almost perfectly. You can layer the frame on top of the other detailed one for a look. And if you die cut if you die cut either one of these in the page, then you'll get the hole where the middle was. And so let me show you. I've got some cards where I kind of did that, where I combined like the heart frame with I did the gold, or the gold, this solid one in gold, but I die cut it from the center here. So like I die cut these at the same time. It fits, like it nests in there. And so then I added back in some of the other pieces and mixed and matched. So there's one, here's one. Oh, I love this example. So I took this green designer paper and I die cut with this die. And so it cut a hole in the green paper. Then I used the frame over here, and the inside piece, I used the other side on this card. So here are the cards together. This one was inspired by a card that Donna Griffith shared during World Card Making Day. I dressed it up just a little bit, but she did a bunch of fussy cutting with the designer paper. This actually, one of the images from this paper does cut out with the die. But the rest of them you have to fussy cut. So here's the first card. And then again, this is the center of that frame. And this one is where I cut from the larger piece, the paper. So I added then the other frames and layered them, but you have underneath, this is the actual like card base that I stamped on. So many different ways to mix and match these frames. I know you're really excited about these ovals, Mom.
Oh my gosh. Yes, I was so excited. I missed my ovals.
And I love that they're so dynamic and that they
Yes.
layer so well.
Oh,
so
yeah.
let's flip the camera over and let you share your project. Are you ready?
I am. Okay, so I'm pretty excited about these projects. I've been playing quite a bit. And I did some work kind of ahead of time. My card base is the standard 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. I have a piece of the designer series paper, which is 4 1/4 by, I think it's 3. I'm sorry, I didn't, we'll put the dimensions in there. It's pretty straightforward. I'm going to have a piece of ribbon there. And then I die cut out 2 of these, one in gold and one in white, because I'm going to emboss the greeting on here and then put that on with white. All right, so I'm going to move this out of the way for the moment. And I'm going to do some flowers in Memento. And I'm also going to do a leaf. All right, just let me start with the leaf. Oh, that could have been disastrous. Like we haven't dropped ink on our projects before, right, Julie?
At least it wasn't a finished project.
This is true.
You're just getting started. You can put more ink wherever you want.
This is true. Oh, I don't like that, how that came out. We'll do it again. There we go. Do a couple of the little guys. All right, I'm done with this one for now. And I'm going to clean the big one because I'm going to use it again. So that's all ready to go. All right, now I'm going to do some coloring. So I love how we can mix the colors of blends. And it really came home to me on World Card Making Day. So I've got, this is the Light Night of Navy. And I'm going to open it. And I'm going to just do some accenting here.
I love how you try to play it off as you're mixing colors. I didn't have both. I didn't have both the light and dark Balmy blue. That's what you have to mix because my color collection's not complete. Oh my goodness.
But it works, and it's true. You don't have to use the same colors. I think on a World Card Making Day, we used, I want to say Daffodil Delight and Flirty Flamingo to do a big flower.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
yeah, and so I was like, wow, yeah, I keep forgetting that we don't need to necessarily use the light and dark of one color. We can do some mixing and matching.
I have to say, the blends do come in a light and dark duo. And the
do.
reason I only have one Balmy blue is because they used to come in just single colors. And so I got that one when it was just a single color. So I really just need to get a new duo.
There you go. All right. So I'm not going to do all these flowers because I actually have done them already. But I just wanted to show you on this particular stamp.
These blends are extra tight today.
They are. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. So again, with the leaves, I'm just going to do some of the veins. And this is the light evening evergreen. And then I'm going to come back in with the light soft succulent. And I'm just going to blend through, and it just gives it just a really, just some dimension and some shading.
There's a lot more depth, I feel like, in the color using the darker light and then the lighter light.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. Anyway, I'm trying not to take up too much time here. So again, that's what I did for this card. I'm going to move these out of the way. And I'm going to bring in, crash, bang, boom, the flowers I finished. Okay.
Magic of TV.
Magic of TV, absolutely. All right, so I'm going to take my card base and...
And do your embossing first?
No, I'm going to do...
Oh, that's
this part of it. I'm sorry. I just want to make sure I don't get ink all over her new desktop. All right. So I'm just taking the larger of the two flowers and I'm just doing some random stamping along like the top of this. Well, that was a bummer. I'm not going to try because I'll mess it up. Julie, no, look at me. I'm just not.
Now you're rushing. You just
See, now I'm rushing.
You just need to relax.
So we're just going to do this.
I do that sometimes. And then the back is stamped and it's beautiful.
Sure. Oh, yeah. All right. I do love this Fitting Florets, man. Ah, and the paper's so gorgeous. I think that's good. I better stop while I'm ahead. All right, so now I'm going to do my embossing. And I'm going to bring in our greeting and my gold oval. And I've got our little embossing kit here. And I don't want embossing powder or embossing, yeah, powder melted on that. So I'm going to take my Versamark. And the greeting is going to say, wishes for a beautiful birthday. Thank you, Julie, my Sue stamper here. All right, bam.
It's invisible.
It's invisible, but it won't be for long. All right, I'm going to throw a bunch. Who was it that would take the whole container and dump it?
I don't, was that Pam Morgan?
No, Jared? I'm trying to remember who used to do that.
At convention in their demonstrations, they would just
Yeah.
dump the whole jar right onto the project.
Yep,
Just a little
I
overkill.
want to hang on to this. I'm just going to do it. I'm going for it. I'm just going to hold that down. Just until the powder melts. There we go. All right, so I've got our greeting on our gold foil, and I'm going to set that aside now, and I think I'm done with stamping. I'm going to bring our card base back, and I'm going to adhere our designer series paper to the bottom of this piece. And then I'm going to put a piece of ribbon. This is the Evening Evergreen woven ribbon, just to try to pick up a little of that. And I like to use tear and tape to put my ribbon on. See if I can measure as well as Julie can.
I love that idea because then it's straight. It's about the same size as the ribbon.
Exactly. Exactly. All right, let's get, oh, well, let's try this out. Well, my fingers don't want to work today, so I got a little, just gotta kind of fold that in a little bit. Okay. And then you can just kind of stretch this across the card base and do a little trimming. I always try to do a little extra ribbon so I can do this with my southpaw ribbons. I probably needed a little bit more there, but I think we'll make this work. Okay. All right. So now we want to put our greeting on, and I'm going to go ahead and just use some of our seal. Okay. And just kind of, that looks about right. And I'm going to use liquid glue to put this on. On one of my samples, I actually used some little dimensionals and popped it up, but I think I like this flat. Let's see, I'm going to use this side. And you don't need a lot. And I just love how you can mix and match the frames and the ovals in different colors, like the gold and the white. And then you can use, as Julie pointed out, you can use you can use the ones you don't use on your project. You can do it another project with it. All right, here we go. So now I'm going to line these guys up, kind of along here, like so-ish. So-ish, is that even a word? Lord. All right. Oh. Come back here. So we're just going to layer this here and take some dimensionals. Well, I'll just use the ones Julie just handed me because I can't seem to get my fingers working today. All right. We'll put our dimensionals on here. Man, my fingers really don't want to work. And since I have them, I'll just use these. Okay. So we'll start with our big guy. And my thumbnail trick. Actually, with this card,
you already got the top one off?
yeah, I was like, where is it going? I have a this or that for you, and I'll show you because I just can't decide. So I told Julie to pick the one she wanted, and she had trouble deciding.
I did. They're both so good. I think when you have paper that has so many beautiful colors in it, like,
yeah,
you really could go
come back
lots
here.
of different ways.
I think so. All right. This one we're going to put up more on the gold foil. Like so-ish. All right. There we go, right? All right. So I have one more thing. Well, two more things because I have to add bling. The inside, I just stamped some flowers in the corner for the inside piece. Because we have to stamp the insides. No, it looks like I have a little bit of trimming to do here. I didn't realize. No, thank you. You silly girl. There we go. That's better. All right, and then the last thing are some of these beautiful swirl gems that Julie showed you. And I didn't realize either when I first saw them online that they were so flat. So I really like that. It just makes it easier for mailing. And I wonder if we can do a writing campaign and ask for these to carry
Yeah, these
over.
are limited edition too. So as of right now, they will only be available during the Fitting Florets early release promotion. So.
That's it. So here it is.
Oh, so lovely.
All right, let me show you the that, I guess. This in blue, that in soft succulent. Please leave me a comment and let me know which one you like.
Come down just a little bit, yeah.
Oh,
so balmy blue and soft succulent. And it's so hard, Mom. I really can't decide.
Okay. We'll figure it out. Anyway, I do have a few more samples to share. And they are... All right. So So this one, I just used Whisper White. Basic White is my card base. I fussy cut some flowers from the designer series paper. Grabbed a little bit of the, come on. The pink. No, the pink.
Oh, Blushing Bride.
Blushing Bride. Oh, dear. Okay. And stamped in Evening Evergreen, the greeting, and threw a bow on here. And I just took some of the foil and foil swirl. So this card is actually an anniversary card for our daughter, Julie.
Me?
No, this is yours. That's Amy's.
Oh, that was lovely too.
Yep. So this is her anniversary card. Happy anniversary.
Thank you.
Late.
For our wedding anniversary. It was 22 years this year.
Yes, it was. It was. So here's another one with the designer series paper. I just love this paper. Man, just love it, love it, love it. And then the last card is one I did it at a team meeting, and we're doing it for Hostess Club in November. So team members that you're watching get a sneak peek of one of our projects.
That's beautiful.
So the wood elements, I used the pearlized enamel on that. And actually, Julie was telling me that, was that one of the design team members had put red enamel on here and colored in the berries here.
Yes, I think it was an artisan design team member that I don't know. It was in my news feed. I can't remember.
Yeah, so that's an option. The other thing I did on this, I just like the simple green and white, but I took some Wink Castella and put them on the berries. And I know you can't really see them on camera, but that's what I did, and just finished off with some more of the Evening Evergreen. And those are my samples.
I love that.
Yeah.
Beautiful. All right. Well, let's flip the camera and
all right.
I'll share my project next.
There you go.
All right. I've got another fun fold for you. I can't help myself. I've been wanting to do a fold like this for a while, and when I was cleaning before you came, I found a little note I had with a sketch on it. I know you can't tell that I was cleaning in my stamp room before you came, but I was. So this is, I wrote out a little template. Sometimes I do this with the backboard from the designer paper, and I create my template and try things out with that. So this is using a piece of designer paper that is 5.5 by 12 inches. And I had a leftover piece when I cut my 6 by 12 paper. And so this little 1/2 inch piece, we're going to use that on our project. So let's glue that down. And then I'm actually going to glue this down before I do the scoring so that it's part of the bigger piece. And I'm hoping that then it won't have any kind of weird, flipping and trying to line up score lines. So I'm going to do this at the bottom about, I don't know, like 3/4 of an inch or so from the bottom all the way across. If I had grid paper, it sure would make that handy for lining up my my strip. Okay, so now I'm going to take and I'm going to use the scoring blade, and I'm going to score this every 4 inches. So 4 inches. Uh-oh. That sounded like I pushed too hard. That sounded kind of deep. Oh, okay. Well, I'm still going to put the card together and we'll see what it's like. Be careful when you're scoring designer paper. You don't want to push too hard because you can't go right through the paper. So, oops, I still need this. Okay, so I scored at 4 inches and 8 inches, and now I'm going to make a mark at 2 inches. And so I'm lining this up, and actually I'm going to line up the end with 3.5 inches because the whole thing is 5.5 inches. So if I line the end up at 3.5 inches, then my part right here is 2 inches from the end. And so I'm going to take that mark right there, and I'm going to cut from that mark to the top of the 3rd section. So that's right here. So I'm just going to do that fancy lining up in my cutting track. I got the little tick on this side, the top of the 8-inch section there, and I'm going to cut We can save that for another project. Okay, so we have what matches our template here, right? We have 4 inches, 8 inches, and we cut from 2 inches diagonally upwards. Now we're going to do an accordion fold. So we're going to fold over, and you can use your bone folder here for a good crease. I was going to say for a good time. And then
you found your other bone?
I did. Yeah, I do have like 20 of them. Not 20, but I have a solid 5 or 6 bone folders. I got the one that is not broken. Okay, so we have our accordion fold, and our card's going to open up this way. So it's a great way to show off both sides of the designer paper when you have a coordinating back. When the card is open, though, you don't see that back side. So, but I still love that you get a peek from it there. Okay, for decorating, then I've got some other pieces. We're going to do an oval on the front, and we're gonna layer those together with the white and the navy. And then I wanted to add some designer paper. So I fussy cut this one, and this is the one I told you fits with the die. And so I just kind of wanted to show you. You guys know how much I love coloring. And so I love that we have this gorgeous designer paper that you can use the images without having to color. So I'm kind of cheating on my card today by using those pre-colored images from the designer paper for my focal images. So I'm using the mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine to die cut that image so fast.
You done with it?
I am, yes.
Okay,
thank you. Okay, so I've got the image for the front, and I'm going to stamp on the front, and then on the inside, we're going to open that up. I've got this piece for the middle, and then some pieces for the inside. I've got a piece of white that's 3 1/4 by 3 1/4, and Balmy blue to layer it on. That's 3 1/2 by 3 1/2, and we'll have all the measurements and template in the video description for you. So let's do our stamping. I'm using Night of Navy and Polished Pink, which are the colors in the designer paper, along with the Balmy blue, which is the lighter blue. And I'm going to start with the oval and stamp using the same ones you did, Mom, which is for a beautiful birthday. And that's going to go right in the middle of the white. And then on the square for the inside, for a special person on a special day. And then we're going to add some flowers. And again, I am avoiding coloring, and I'm just going to stamp the flowers in Polished Pink. No, I have to stick with 3. I should have used the bigger one, but I'm going to stop.
It's good. It's good.
All right, so this is going to layer onto the square. I had to be careful for the inside piece because the top of the card, or the top of the designer paper, it is also the top of the card, is visible when the card is closed. So I didn't want my inside piece to come all the way up. I wanted to keep that to the designer paper. So that's why I have a smaller square. In fact, I want to make sure that when I put that square on, that it is lower. I think in my sample, I had that paper a little bit lower. But that's fine. So it's going to come right over there, just overlapping a little bit so that you don't see it on the front. Centering right to left. And then we're going to do the fussy cut larger designer paper in the middle here. And on the front, we will add the oval. I want to make sure I've got room for the frame, so I'm going to put this on with that oval in mind. Make sure that's straight, and then I'm also going to use the liquid glue. Just a fine little line.
That's all you need.
All the way around, and that's going to fit right inside. There, just kind of adding pressure all the way around. And then this will come on with some Stampin' Dimensionals on the front. And I didn't add any bling in my sample. I don't know if there's a spot for it. What do you think, Mom? Where would you put it if you added it to this card? I know, right?
You could put it on the flowers. You could put it in the oval, sure. There you go.
I don't like that.
Then don't put it on. It's your card.
I think well, I thought I might have room to have one like over there. Is that random?
Yeah.
No.
Nope.
I like it. I want to put it.
All right, your card.
All right, so there's the finished. I don't know what you call this. Just a diagonal fold card, I think. Diagonal fold card that came out funny. With the designer paper. I just love the way it shows off that paper. So you can do this with all the different designer paper patterns. This paper is so gorgeous. Let me show you a few more samples that I made with it. I like Mom said, I've been having a lot of fun with it so far. So here's one that I did with the Christmas greeting. On one of my other cards, I used the dark green oval frame, and so on this one, I embossed with white and added the stamped images here with the leaves. I just used a blender pen. I stamped an evening evergreen, used the blender pen to just blend that color a little bit. Love that. And then I did this one with the blues, little vellum back here. And I did do some coloring. I'll try to incorporate some of the pink on this card that has a little cutaway from the front. And then I am doing a Fitting Floret swap with some stamping friends, and so I got a couple cards in the mail already. So this yellow one is from Deb Snyder. I thought that was so soft and beautiful to have that color around the edges. And then this one from Celine Kempton. Excited to see what else I get in the mail, and I gotta get my cards mailed out for the Fitting Florets. Love this collection. So this is coming up in the the bundle in the mini catalog, and then the designer paper. Don't wait on the designer paper. No. If you love this paper, you got to make sure that you get it right away. Let's flip the camera around and show off our cards. 1, 2, 3. Oh my goodness, I really love this Fitting Florets collection.
I do too.
I'm so excited that Demonstrators got a chance to pre-order early. It'll be available for everybody else starting Tuesday, November 1st. So make sure to get your favorites, especially the designer paper and the embellishments. That Christmas stamp set I'm sure will be available until close to the end of the promotion period, because Stampin' Up! Makes their own stamps in Utah. So, oh, well, I'm sad that Fitting Florets collection is starting, but our visit this weekend is ending. It's time to say goodbye, but we're going to see each other in a couple weeks.
Yes, we are.
We'll be on stage in Indianapolis. So if you're a demonstrator and you're planning to attend on stage in Indy or anywhere, leave a comment and let us know. And if you are attending in Indianapolis, be sure to find us and say hello. We'd love to see you.
We sure would.
Oh, well, I think we have to just wrap it up. Dad,
I think we
always do this whenever you come. Dad is literally like loading the car while we're filming, and we're trying to squeeze in just one more video. But we did it.
We did it. It's been a jam-packed week, I'll tell you. Basketball games and football games and marching band and a concert and pumpkin patches. And wow.
We did a lot.
We did a lot. We did. Well, all right, everybody. Until next Sunday Stamping with Susan and Julie, have a wonderful and blessed week. Bye. Thanks for watching. Bye, Julie.
Bye, Mom.